Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is another UK mod showcase for Transport Fever 2. Got plenty to look at in this episode. We've got a load of reskins, a few new locomotives and yeah, some new buses which we're starting with. Now these are the National Express reskins of the Mercedes-Benz Citaro by DV64 MLO. He's really been prolific the last few weeks or so reskinning these buses, which is it's a good model to begin with to base your skins on, and then he's doing some really nice work with the reskin. So this one is, I think it's described as a toothpaste looking livery in the description. Just yeah, that's what it is. And then there's another, I did have another one somewhere, just another example, but there are loads and loads. Yeah, there's a blue example here. Not entirely sure. Yeah, that's Coventry, something Coventry. But yeah, just good to see. So let's head into a depot. That's probably easier, isn't it, to look for what we're actually what we want to see. So we've got the National Express bus pack, and then we've got all of these Coventry, National Express, Platinum, West Midlands, lots of West Midlands stuff going on. That's the one, the TWM toothpaste. And then we've got some Dundee Custom, Dundee Gold and Dundee Green. So yeah, just nice to see. This already goes with the first pack that's available, and we've got the Diamond Northwest 2-door and National Express West Midlands 3-door as well. So we've got loads and loads of Citaro reskins available now for, I think we must cover the entire region now. And obviously you will have to subscribe to the base model, the Citaro C2 base model, in order for those to work. So there we are, we've still got the first one subscribed to as well. So yeah, that's good to see. We're going to head over and look at some brand new locomotives now somewhere. What are we going to look at? We're going to look at the 42. The Class 42 warship diesel hydraulic locomotive by Selmy. Again, he seems to be quite prolific in the past few weeks or so, as from being a relative newcomer to releasing a whole load of new mods, really early diesel locomotives as well. So this one's dated for about 1958, I've got written down, so it's just nice to see. We do have another locomotive to feature which is a little bit earlier, but yeah, again we are getting a whole host of early-ish diesel locomotives for the British network, which is good to see. I don't think there's any custom sounds again, but I think the actual model itself is pretty good. Yeah, it does look really good. And before we head into the depot, we will actually look at the other diesel locomotive we have here, which is the D16, or the LMS number 10,000 and 10,001. This is 1947 I've got written down for here. I think 1947, 1948. So I think these represent some of, if not the earliest diesel locomotives on the British network. It's really good to see. I've just married them up with some carriages there, so they're probably not the right ones. I think they're LMS Crimson possibly, but if I don't have passenger carriages, then it doesn't like it when it goes into the stations. It just complains at me. This does have custom sounds, as you should be able to hear, hopefully. I'll let it pull into the station, then let it pull out, because that's when you get the best noise out of it. But yeah, really nice, very, very early British locomotive. Powerful as well, 1600 horsepower, which isn't too bad. But we'll take a look in the depot shortly anyway. Just going to let this turn around and then head back out. So yeah, that's got some nice noises. I think I might leave you with that at the end of the episode, with the microphone turned off, so you get the full appreciation of the sound that's making. We'll head into a depot and just take a look at these diesel locomotives before we move on. So if we go into here, diesel, we've got the Class 42. So that's 2,039 horsepower actually. That's quite powerful as well. 214 kilonewtons of tractive effort. I think these have two 1,000 horsepower engines from the little bit of research I did just before starting to record. 94 miles per hour, so pretty quick as well. And then if you go down to the Coco LMS 10,000, 10,001, 93 miles per hour, 1,784 horsepower, 184 kilonewtons of tractive effort. We've got a few varieties. We've got the green and a couple of LMS black colours there as well. Dynamic numbers, and then 10,000, 10,001. That's probably not how you say it, but that's how I'm saying it. So yeah, got those. Next we have something a little bit different. Now I did feature these a few episodes back, the Class 381, I think, yeah, the Class 381, and there's been loads and loads of reskins. I think for some reason the modders really gone to town with all the different reskins available for it, and I don't tend to like made up things, if I'm honest, but having said that, I think this particular instance, this is actually a good infill for the Class 345 and the Class 700, which we'll take a look at the skin in the middle. So this is the Crossrail pack, the Crossrail Networker pack, which contains this. So it's basically a copy of the Crossrail Class 345 livery, but obviously I don't think we have those. I did have a quick look and I'm pretty sure we don't have 345s in the Steam Workshop yet. So if you are doing a London build and you're actually building Crossrail or something, then this is a really good infill. It's a modern looking train, it's not far off, and it also looks a little bit like the Class 700 as well, which we'll talk about in a minute. So yeah, this is the actual Crossrail. I will take a look in the depot in a minute, but yeah, it's really long, like the actual Crossrail trains are 200 meters long, aren't they? So yeah, I think it's just a really good infill. The actual skin is by War Pyro, and he's done the other pack as well, which we'll take a closer look. But within the Networker there's also a Network Southeast looking livery as well. The original model, of course, by Young Lennon. So where's the other one? There it is. So we've got the Universal Networker livery pack, which has a load of different liveries, but it's got like Thames Link and it's got First Capital Connect as well. So again, it's a good kind of infill for now, unless a 700 comes out soon. But if you're doing another London build, then these could fill in for the Class 700s on the Thames Link services. They do look a little bit similar, and the actual skins themselves are really good versions of them, so you know, it's not too bad having them on the network for now. And then if we just let it go past, we've got the First Capital Connect there as well. I mean, it's not wholly unrealistic. These were some of the services that these trains probably would have operated if they had been built. You know, they really were intended for these high capacity metro style heavy rail services. So if we take a look in the depot there, an electrical multiple unit, and they're up here somewhere. So yeah, we've got loads. We've got the standard, like the Virgin ones and other ones, and then we've got Network Southeastern Shadow, and then we've got loads of different Southeastern trains as well. Another Southeastern one there, First Capital Connect 4 car, and they've got Great Northern, and we've got National Express, another West Anglia Great Northern. We've got the Great Northern with the red doors. So yeah, loads and loads and loads available. So the good train, I reckon, to take the place of the 700. It's got similar sort of stats as well, I think, in terms of top speed. And then we've got this one, the Class 341. Okie dokie. So this is a 381 reskin, I hope. Yeah, it is, isn't it? of these. So yeah, we've got the Network Southeastern ones, Crossrail Shadow. So this would have been, I guess, if Crossrail was actually built to the time it should have been built. It should have been opened about 1999, I think. The original proposal, not the one that's already 3 years late. And then we go down to the modern reincarnation of Crossrail with the TfL Crossrail 9 car there. So if you add that, you can see it's 201 metres long, so pretty long, which is the length of the actual Crossrail vehicles. I'm not sure, I don't think you can build these. No, you can't. The only one thing I'd say, it would be nice if you had a shorter version of this Crossrail vehicle, I think, in my opinion. Just for the game more than anything. I think it's difficult, especially if you're building underground stations. It's pretty difficult to build 200 metre long underground stations in a densely packed area like London, especially to scale, with the scale that we're working with as well. So yeah, maybe a note, it'd be nice just to have a shorter set. Definitely isn't one available, I don't think. There is a 7 car of the Network Southeast style, but yeah, the actual Crossrail one is the full real length of the Class 345 vehicle. And lastly, but definitely not least, is not that. is come on, I usually do this, don't I, to make it easier to find these things. So we have the class 85 ALS. So this is an electric locomotive by CW315. He's been working hard on this again. Just really superb level of detail and everything with CW's models. Just got some Mark III carriages just for something for it to pull. Didn't do too much research on this, so I'm not sure if they're passenger or freight, but I'm guessing they could do either. This is like an early electric locomotive, I think. We can see it through the roof. That's one good thing about the Manchester roofs. You've actually got a glass roof so we can see inside, because otherwise you end up like glitching through all the framework if you're not careful. Yeah, just take a minute to appreciate that. I think it'll probably have custom sounds as they usually do. Yeah, no catenary in the station as well. That's good, isn't it? So yeah, looks good. And we do have another one. Let's just pause the game so it doesn't pull off. We do have some other liveries. So you got like the BR blue there with the small BR logo on the side. All that detail as usual, as you come to expect. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So let's head into a depot, and it is electrical and I keep saying electrical multiple unit. Why? Electric locomotive. So we've got pre-top. So again, yeah, these will be earlier. The date for the 1961 I've got written down there. It's 100 miles per hour, so pretty nippy. 3,263 horsepower and 220 kilonewtons of attractive effort, with a few different variants of that. And then we've got a later rail freight distribution, which is kind of a later one. Not sure what date that would be, but that actually, taking a look, that's slower. That's probably because it's been geared or something to yeah, it's got more attractive effort but a lower top speed, so yeah, that really is geared towards speed. So I'm guessing these ones, the standard ones, are more for passenger services, but there is an option there for a vehicle with a high attractive effort for those freight services. Lower top speed, but when you're pulling freight, it's not really the end of the world, is it? The attractive effort is more important for your freight services. So there we are, got loads covered in this episode. I think I'm going to leave you with the D16, is it? That one there, yeah, just because of the sound. I just want to appreciate that for a minute. So I'm going to let him turn round, and then I'm going to leave you with that. Just appreciate the custom sounds of the D16. So let's pause it there and then say until next time, bye bye.